So the core principles of choice architecture are really leveraging system one decision making, which is the automatic way in which we make decisions. It's the habitual, quick, easy way that we make decisions, and using our biases and our heuristics, which are rules of thumb, to change the context so that once we're presented with new context, we behave differently, and that leads to changing of our mind, ultimately. So choice architecture can be used to help employees improve their own financial well-being by, for instance, participating in the retirement plan to a greater degree, putting more money into the plan, or participating in the first place, as an example, or choosing health benefit options that are more suited to their situation. By changing context, by changing naming and framing and the way in which information is presented, people will actually engage at a higher rate, and that ultimately leads to greater financial well-being. Well, we as benefit professionals sometimes use pretty standard names for things. You know, the PPO plan or the 401k plan. And really, to the average employee, those mean nothing. And so names like the accumulator or the savings plan or the protector or the vintage plan that might describe a plan that's been around for a long time actually help to frame what those plans are all about. And so really there's a lot in a name, and people tend to rely on cues to make decisions. And so picking names that actually quickly describe the primary features of a choice or a plan actually can help improve on the meaning of that plan to that employee and their choice that they make. So an example of the way a choice might be framed is, take an example of wellness program where we would like for an employee to participate in a health assessment and a biometric screening and perhaps another wellness activity. If those are presented as incentives, if you participate in activity A, you'll earn incentive A, activity B, incentive B, and so on, that may not generate as much enthusiasm and participation as if we frame them as takeaways. So in other words, if you don't participate in these activities, you'll lose the money that we gave you up front. It's called the principle of loss aversion, and it's based on the idea that we place more value on losing something that we already own versus gaining something that we don't.